Now, after the beer, Corona, that suffered and then enjoyed some free PR courtesy of the virus, comes the time for the band Omicron to make a comeback. Many of you may have never heard of the name, but between 2014 and 2016, Omicron was an underground prog metal band based in Hong Kong. They only played a handful of gigs and weren't around long enough to release an album. But thanks to the new variant of coronavirus, they were now featured in the Rolling Stones magazine and are celebrated again by fans in social media. We're now joined by Li Heng Chan. He is the guitarist of Omicron and joins us from Perth in Australia. Thank you very much for being with us today.
Hello there. Good evening.
What was your first reaction when you heard the new variant of coronavirus was named Omicron?
Well, a lot, to be honest. And I got the news on Sunday, last Sunday to be exact, and our drummer, he sent us a screenshot of the news that the new virus variant is called Omicron. And my first reaction was, oh my God, we're not going to be able to release music ever again. And yeah, just those thoughts going through our minds. And, you know, everything's been happening for us. And I think all of us are still processing this. It's been quite a week.
Yeah, I'm sure executives at Corona were also thinking the same when the virus first erupted 2 years ago. I understand that you started last year collecting studio recordings that you've left behind a few years ago. So is an album release on the table?
I'd like to say so. I'd say this is a much needed kick in the butt for all of us to get recording. We do have one song out called Overture, and we used to open our shows with that one, and it's out on YouTube now, but we do have an album's worth of material that's sitting there, and so we're getting to work on it as we speak.
And we're seeing you guys performing in Hong Kong, I believe, but I understand that these days the 4 members of the band are all around. It's probably not easy to reunite during pandemic times.
Definitely not. We're in 4 different parts of the world now, but you know, thanks to technology, we're definitely in contact with each other. Our keyboardist, he's kind of off the grid. We've been trying to raise him, but then myself, the other guitarist and the drummer, we are constantly in touch. And of course, with recent events, you know, and with us moving forward as a band, a lot of discussion's been happening. And of course, I feel that, you know, a release is definitely on the cards. And I'm going to say probably mid-late next year.
Okay, loop us into some of those deliberations and discussions that you guys are having. Is everyone up for a reunion even?
In terms of a live reunion, it'll have to be lucrative for us to, you know, the tour would have to be lucrative for us to get back together to even have a tour. Again, all 4 of us would have to agree. Studio album is definitely going to be out. Definitely in the discussion. We've also discussed actually putting the year that we named the band in, you know, as part of Omicron. So we named the band in 2014. So we might even call it Omicron 2014 because we don't want, you know, the name to be, we're not, you know, we don't want people to think that we're based off the virus because we obviously predate the virus.
Although I'm sure you would want your music to become viral and for fans to, you know, sing the tunes and play them everywhere and all the time.
Oh yeah, you know.
So there is something to being viral. Let's give it to that. Thank you very much, Li Heng Chan, joining us from Perth and Australia from the band Omicron. Thank you very much.
Thanks for having me.